to be blanketing the surroundings of the ruins. This layer of ash patently attested to a fire of some sort, which had obviously caused considerable destruction. Indeed, it had led to Qumran's being partially, if not wholly, abandoned for some years. A study of the coins found at the site revealed that the fire had occurred at some time towards the beginning of the reign of Herod the Great, who occupied the throne from 37 BC until 4 BC. The same data indicated that rebuilding had commenced under the regime of Herod's son Archelaus, who ruled not as king but as ethnarch from 4 BC until AD 6. According to D. Vaux' thesis, the Qumran community consisted of supposedly placid, peace-loving, and ascetic Essenes, on good terms with Herod as with everyone else. If this were the case, the fire which destroyed the community should have resulted not from any deliberate human intention, from an act of war, for example, but from an accident or a natural disaster. Fortunately for De Vaux, a large crack was found running through a cistern. Although independent researchers found no indication that the crack extended any further, De Vaux claimed to have traced it through the whole of the ruins. The whole of the Qumran community, even if it did, a number of experts concluded it could probably be ascribed to erosion. For De Vaux, however, the crack, such as it was, seemed the result of one of the many earthquakes the region has suffered over the centuries. Instead of trying to identify the cause of the crack, in other words, De Vaux went rummaging for an earthquake that might have been responsible. As it happened, there was a more or less convenient earthquake on record. Josephus speaks of one that occurred towards the beginning of Herod's reign in 31 BE. This De Vaux concluded had caused the fire which led to the abandoning of the community. He did not bother to explain why rebuilding did not commence for a quarter of a century before, suddenly proceeding with noticeable rapidity. Robert Eisenman points to the strikingly precise timing of the delay in rebuilding. It coincides perfectly with Herod's reign. No sooner had he died than reconstruction probably began, and part of this reconstruction consisted of strengthening the defensive towers, as well as creating a rampart. It would thus seem clear, for some reason which De Vaux chose to ignore, that no one dared to rebuild Qumran while Herod remained on the throne. But why should that be the case if the community were on a congenial a footing with Herod, as De Vaux maintained, and if the destruction of the community resulted from an earthquake, it would appear much more likely that the community was destroyed deliberately on Herod's orders, and that no reconstruction could begin until after his death. But why should Herod order the destruction of a community to place it so universally loved